Hey everyone, welcome back to the Awakened Pregnancy Bootcamp. We are at week 2, and this week we're going to be talking all about nutrition. So I want to go ahead and share my screen with y'all so you can see what I have on my end. All right, so we are sharing the same screen. Welcome to week 2. We're going to talk about food, the good stuff. So a good diet, exercise, a healthy lifestyle, a positive outlook, and strong social support are the cornerstones of an optimal childbearing experience. So last week we talked about how to get that positive outlook, strengthened, and how it's important to get your team on board. We discussed affirmations, meditations, and just how you can change your outlook overall on your pregnancy and over labor just to strengthen you and get you ready and prepared. So this week we're going to be talking about nutrition. And now that's another part of the mental training because you don't want to just put anything into your body. You want to be very mindful of what you're putting into your body, not only into your body, but also into your mind and onto your body, onto your skin. So let's get to it. We all know it's important to maintain an overall healthy nutritional diet, but especially during pregnancy and even before if you're trying to get pregnant. So this week I will be going over a recipe. My pregnant mamas who are into their munchies and all that, but it's delicious and it's also very nutritious. But we're also going to be talking about facts about food that are great for pregnancy. We'll also touch on other aspects of nutrition, like what you're putting onto your body, like I said, safe herbs and essential oils, and what you're feeding your mind. So I want to get into that. What you're feeding your mind goes hand in hand with how you're strengthening your mind. So you don't want to just be watching anything. You don't want to just be feeding into anything, like as far as the news goes during this time. You want to keep your mind at the most peaceful state that you can. Because that, if you're not doing that, it's going to disrupt your mental training, you getting stronger and more in tune with yourself and your pregnancy. It's going to throw you off balance. Also, it's very important to remember that your baby feels everything that you feel. Like, you guys are one, and so you want to be just as stress free as possible during this time. Food is energy and energy is fuel. So knowing that food is fuel for your body, it's important to make healthy, conscious decisions. Your developing baby becomes what you eat. Making conscious choices when deciding what to eat is not only good for you, mama, but it's also good for you physically and psychologically because it starts to become a part of you. It becomes a part of your healthy habits based off of what you know is best for you and baby. So now you're consciously choosing what to put together in your meals, what you're going to pick up to eat when you're craving, what to substitute for certain cravings because you know that you want to feed your baby the best. Why do we want to feed our baby the best? Because our baby is in a very fragile state right now. Our baby is forming and coming together, and all these cells, they carry different codes and of information, and everything that we do from what we're feeding our mind and we're feeding our bodies is contributing to those little codes that are coming together to form this baby. And we know this to be a fact. Just straight off of if you had children before and you know that your whole pregnancy you was eating ramen noodles, or these are some of my examples. Ramen noodles for my first pregnancy. There was Taco Bell for my second, so I had a lot of cheese. I was eating a lot healthier in my third and my fourth. So my first loves ramen noodles. My second loves cheese. It was hard. It was a struggle when we transitioned vegan, but we got her palate to change. My third was easy to get into the teas. He really liked anything. And my fourth, the same way. She's very healthy. So you can see it transpire once a child comes out. and they grow and start to develop, you see that their taste buds are acquired to what you had during the pregnancy. So it goes hand in hand with everything, even your mental state. Okay, so I must say that an herbalist, midwife, or a physician trained in the use of botanical during pregnancy should be consulted when using herbs medically, that is, to treat specific symptoms or conditions. All right, because it could be, you might think it's safe to just pick up, some ginger tea because you're feeling nauseous, and that's cool. But if you feel like you've got this ailment or something you want to heal, don't just Google and, okay, I'm gonna take this herb because it heals it. You also have to, figure out if there's any other side effects when it comes to pregnancy. Does it affect any other parts of the body that could potentially harm your baby? And one of the best ways to gain that knowledge is by going firsthand to somebody who's already studied it. Now, although I haven't been certified or trained, I do have experience with herbs. And so for my experience, I just, I intuitively choose what I know my body needs. I don't go too crazy drinking too much random herbs, and I just kind of stick to the same ones. So that's just my experience. For the most part, you don't want to overdo any herbs either at the same time, so you keep it at a low dosage. When it comes to pregnancy, overall, they say that most herbs are safe with little evidence of harm. However, lack of proof is not synonymous with proof of safety. So it's saying this, right? It's important to do your research and consult those who are trained in the field before consuming any herbs or medicines while pregnant. So it don't just have to be herbs, it could be something from the drugstore. Now, I'm mainly talking about herbs and stuff right now because I'm on a more natural, holistic lifestyle. Now, although this is something that I read from an article, overall most herbs are safe, that's true, but there are a lot of herbs that can cause your uterus to contract, and you have to be very knowledgeable. You have to do your research, you have to study. And again, ask somebody who's well known in this. Because you don't want to harm yourself or your baby. The power of herbs should be respected during pregnancy. I'm making this like a very high statement, okay? Always use caution when trying out herbs. Do your research, do your studies. Pick up this book right here. Herbal. Wise Woman Herbal Child for the Childbearing Year. I got this with my last pregnancy. And actually with my third pregnancy, a friend of mine had let me borrow it. So I ended up purchasing it with my last pregnancy, and there's just a lot of great information on here. And like I said, I've learned that there's herbs that can cause your uterus to contract, so you want to avoid that. There's herbs that are promote fertility. There's herbs that prevent fertility. Okay, so there's herbs that promote your menstrual cycle. So it's important to get to know these herbs, and that's what the journey that I'm on. I'm on a journey of getting to know more about these herbs and know what each one is specifically made for and all that. So here is a list of herbs that are considered safe after the first trimester. Now, the reason it's safe after first trimester is because the first trimester baby is very, 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 very fragile and sensitive, and a lot of these herbs, although they're safe, they pack a big punch. Okay, so you want to wait till after your baby has had time to develop to go ahead and introduce your body to these herbs. There's raspberry leaf tea, which red raspberry leaf, which can be drinking as a tea, which is really good at toning your uterus and strengthening it for labor. So a lot of times it's suggested to not even take it till like the end of your second trimester. And again, dosage plays a big part in this too. Like drinking too much of something can affect you in a certain way. Drinking just enough might not, affect you. So it's about being smart and knowing what dosages to take. There's echinacea tea, very good at healing when you're sick and got a cold. Ginger tea, same thing, but it's also really good at settling the stomach. You have cranberry. Cranberry is really good at helping with any bladder infections and UTIs and all that. and chamomile, which is a really good herb for helping you calm down. You've had a long day. Right now, that's what I'm drinking. Hold on. My hubby, he is my tea guru. He made me some chamomile lavender, berry detox, and what was the other one? Yeah. Hold on. Egyptian licorice. So it has a lot of good stuff in there. So yeah, chamomile is really good. Right before bed, get you to settle down, wind down, relax, get yourself together before you go to bed and rest and have your crazy dream. All right. This is a list of essential oils that I found that are safe. The important thing to remember when it comes to essential oils is to always use a carrier oil. Carrier oil could be anything like coconut oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, some other oil that you could put into it to kind of dilute the oil, because oils are very, very potent. And so, they're extracting the juices from these herbs, and it's making it way more potent. So here's a list of them: bergamot, eucalyptus, geranium, ginger, grapefruit, lavender, lemon, lemongrass, lime, mandarin, neroli, patchouli, petit grain, rose otto, rosewood, sandalwood, sweet orange, tea tree, angel lang lang. I love ylang lang. I love a lot of these, but yeah, so these are oils that are considered safe. Again, do your research, consult your physicians, your herbalists, and your doulas, and make sure, and or doulas, and make sure that it resonates with you. Because remember, at the end of the day, everybody's different too. So what might be safe for one person might not be safe for another, just due to their condition and the state that they're in. But a lot of these oils you can mix in with um, other oils like or butters and put it on your skin. You can put it into your diffuser for aromatherapy. And I have a link on here that I will put up to our group so you guys can check it out and read more about these safe essential oils. All right, so now that I'm pregnant, do I have any special nutritional needs? Kind of. For the most part, yes. What you're doing now that you're pregnant is you have to increase a certain amount of nutrients, okay? So we have folate. You need more folate, iron, calcium, and vitamin D. You're going to need it more now than you did before your pregnancy. So folate is a B vitamin that helps prevent certain birth defects. Before pregnancy, it is said that you only need 400 micrograms per day, but during pregnancy and when you're breastfeeding, you need 600 micrograms per day from your foods or vitamins. Now, folate is different than folic acid. Folate is the natural, straight from the source. You get it like they're able to extract that straight from the source of plants and things of that sort, versus folic acid that it is a synthetic form of folate. Okay, so you want to look out for that. Iron. Iron is important for your baby's growth and brain development. During pregnancy, the amount of blood in your body increases, so you need more iron for yourself and your growing baby. You should get 27 milligrams of iron a day. Iron is very important. Very, very, very important. Calcium is another one, especially for the vegan community. Calcium during pregnancy can reduce your risk of preeclampsia, a serious medical condition that causes sudden increase in blood pressure. And calcium also builds up your baby's bones and teeth. So your little baby needs calcium. Pregnant adults should get 1,000 milligrams of calcium a day. Now, just because a person is vegan doesn't mean that they cannot gain calcium, okay? Like, there's so much, and we're going to go into it. So many foods that you can get all of these elements into your body. Vitamin D helps the calcium to build up the baby's bones, okay? So they work hand in hand. You need the vitamin D to help the calcium do what it does. All women, pregnant or not, should be getting about 600 international units of vitamin D per day. So it's about that time where the sun is shining on most days. Get your butt outside and soak up in that vitamin D. All right, so here's some vegan food sources for the minerals mentioned in the previous slide. Folate. You can find folate in legumes, which is beans, um, nuts, and I forgot what the third one was. Like legumes are, there's three of them. Asparagus, leafy greens, beets, Brussels sprouts, citrus fruits, and sea moss. Sea moss is that stuff. Iron. You can get your iron from dark leafy greens, dried fruit, Brussels sprouts, blackstrap molasses, legumes, quinoa, and sea moss. Calcium. You can find calcium in your almonds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, cabbage, kale, beets, blackstrap molasses, seaweed, dates, papaya, elderberry, and sea moss. Vitamin D, mushrooms. Mushrooms are very high in vitamin D, plant-based milks, and sunshine. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed a little pattern here. A lot of these foods were repeated. So that's the beautiful thing. You can just incorporate a lot of these foods into each meal of your day. All right. You could have, like this morning, we had, it was a cinnamon raisin toast, the Mike's brand. And what I did was I got my chickpeas and I coated them up with sugar and cane sugar, agave, and cinnamon. Also added a little bit of almond milk and a little bit of blackstrap molasses, and I cooked it up like that, and I put it on top of the toast, and it was so good. So I got all of these. I got all these nutrients. I got folate because legumes is chickpeas are legumes. So I got some folate in there. I got some calcium, and I got some iron. Okay, so it's important to incorporate a lot of these foods into your diet and also just learn and study the foods that are beneficial to you, because that way you know what to introduce to your body. I also have some links here that again I will share in the group so you guys can read more about these safe things. um I had something I want to say. Papaya is said to have calcium, right? But it's also very important to remember that the papaya seed can cause you to go into labor. Like it could cause you to induce your menstrual cycle, contract your uterus. So that's another thing you have to be very mindful of. If you're gonna eat papaya, be cautious or consult your physician and ask them if it is safe for you to consume papaya, and especially the seeds. All right, now this is an activity that was given to me when I was going with the to the birthing center to be seen for my just regular checkups for the baby. And I really loved it because it got me to be aware of what it was that I was eating. So it's called the pregnancy food diary, right? And what you do is you track what you're eating throughout the day. Not only are you just tracking what you eat, you're putting down the ingredients, how you prepared it, and the amount that you had that day. So if I'm learning as a new vegan, right? This is my first vegan pregnancy, by the way. So I'm learning a lot with this pregnancy. So as a new vegan or just someone who wants to be more health conscious in their pregnancy, okay, I'm learning that folate is something that I can find in foods. I don't just have to take supplements for it. Okay. So I see I could have some Brussels sprouts. How can I incorporate Brussels sprouts into my diet? And so the food diary kind of helps you to look at what you're eating, the elements that are in each food, and how you could start inputting more elements to make it more balanced. So let's look at this example, okay? So this is an example. At 9 a.m., the place that I'm eating is home. Some people, they choose to eat out or they're at a friend's house or whatnot. Okay, so a lot of my meals personally are home based. For breakfast, I had a smoothie, which had mangoes, pineapples, kale, almond milk, sea moss, and chia seeds. So if I go back, I remember reading kale, almond milk, sea moss, and chia seeds. So I got a lot of calcium in there. Got a lot of calcium in there, and my sea moss, which is in all three. I got my folate, iron, and calcium just straight from the sea moss. So I got a really good breakfast started for me and baby. Then I drank some water, but I didn't just have any regular water. I squeezed the lime into it, okay? That's alkalinity right there. Then, after that, I settled with that. I made me a toast. I mashed up some avocados and I seasoned it with some salt, pepper, garlic, and cayenne. And I topped it with tomatoes. And I made two. All right. Okay. So I got my avocado, which is a healthy fat. I got some good herbs in there and tomatoes. All right. So that is a very balanced breakfast. 12 p.m. at home lunch, what I have, you put down what you had. So I really want to work because they gave me this and they gave me a pamphlet and it had like a couple pages. It had 3 days I had to do and submit. And I would love to go ahead and actually make that for you guys available as a PDF you guys can download. But you can write this in your pregnancy journal so you can be, it could be a little, a part of your journal. You can look back at what you were eating throughout that pregnancy. And I really highly suggest it. This is a really cute photo. We got some ginger and lemon tea here, herbs and spices, onions. I just love this picture. All right. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about or share with you guys a recipe. So this is my Prego Munchies Frosty that I created last year, or no, 2 years ago when I was pregnant with my last baby. And I was just learning. I was learning about ways that I can help induce labor. 'Cause this was during the end of my labor. I was really hungry. I was really craving some ice cream, and yeah. So when you don't have access to go to the store and just get ice cream, you gotta make it at home, right? So I made myself this frosty, and it was so delicious. So the ingredients is frozen bananas, chocolate almond milk, sliced avocados, chia seeds, ground flax seeds, chocolate chips, and one date. Again, I was looking for things that help induce labor, right? So what I ended up learning was that dates, the more you eat dates towards the end of your pregnancy, it can help you cope with labor and help you induce labor. So at the end, I was eating a lot of dates. Like this one just has one because I was taking it slow. But when I get to maybe 37 weeks, I'm popping in like 5 dates into my frosties. So what you want to do is you want to blend it until it's creamy, everything, and then you want to top it with a little vegan whipped cream, chocolate or carrot chips, okay, cacao. When I say chocolate, I mean cacao. The non, the milk stuff, and chia seeds. And as you can see in this picture, it looks so delicious, right? I really want some. So that's that. And then here's week two's journals, okay? So for week one, we had you guys, just consider how you're feeling, how you're treating the people that you love. I wanted you guys to take a look into what kind of pregnancy are you looking to have as an experience? What kind of pregnancy and labor? How do you envision your labor and how do you plan on making these things come into fruition? This week, I want you guys to be focused on your health and then also to how you're feeling. So how are you feeling? Why? Day two, am I using pregnancy as an excuse to overindulge? Okay, that's a really good question because sometimes we end up, giving into that. Just because you're eating for two doesn't mean you have to go crazy, okay? You want to still be balanced and mindful of what you're putting into your body. So how can I better discipline my eating habits while still making sure I'm taking the necessary nutrients for my baby? So you don't want to discipline yourself to a point where you're not eating anything at all or you're starving yourself. No, you just want to make healthier choices along the way. So instead of the day that I made this, how do I go back? It's not letting me go. There you go. The day that I made my pregnant munchie frosty, instead of going to Wendy's and buying a frosty from there, I made myself one that was full of a lot of good nutrients. what foods am I craving and what foods am I turned off by? That's just really, getting you to look at that, because a lot of times when we're craving food, there's a reason. And you want to look at your cravings and consider, is this a craving that my baby and me really need, or is it a craving that I could substitute for something that is better for us? That makes sense. Because sometimes I'm craving something crunchy, so I want and salty and chips, so I go for chips. But I could substitute that for something better, like make myself my own little trail mix. It's crunchy, it's salty, and sweet. So, and then day 5, have you been moisturizing? And what is your favorite moisturizer? So I want to get into that now. Skin food. Skin food. Some of the food that you could put onto your skin that's healthy for you and baby. Now I want you to consider, okay, a lot of the products out there on the market are full of a lot of different chemicals and things of that sort. And you have to remember that your skin is your biggest organ. And our organ is a tool. Your organs are tools. They serve a specific function, and your skin is a barrier. It's your protective barrier, but it doesn't just stop things from going in. It still absorbs. It absorbs a lot of things. So you don't want to just be putting anything onto your skin that could potentially get into your bloodstream and then also get into your baby's bloodstream and harm, potentially harm your baby. So some things you could find within your own home: coconut oil, shea butter, olive oil, and sea moss. All right. And I want to go ahead and show you guys my little stash of things that I have. Let's start with the body butter. So I'm always raving about Urban Eden. All right, their ingredients are very simple. Everything is labeled, nothing is hidden. And the two main ingredients is shea butter, coconut oil, cocoa butter, sunflower oil, cedarwood essential oil. Now that's for the scent, and sage essential oil. So I love, 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 love Urban Eden products. We use their soap, we use their oils, and my baby's been getting Urban Eden love this whole pregnancy. Um, but yeah, so that's one of my favorite moisturizers. And I'm actually going to be going live with Taryn from Urban Eden later on this week to discuss more about her products, what she recommends to pregnant mamas for their skin and for their growing babies. All right, now onto the sea moss. Sea moss, if you don't know, it comes from the sea. And this sea moss I got from Mega Plants off of Amazon. I just want to show you guys what it looks like if you're not familiar with what sea moss looks like. It's sandy. So sea moss is really good for you. It's got 92 out of the 101 or something like that minerals that your body needs. So not only is it good for you to intake, put it on your skin because it's gonna make you look nice and young. Trust me. Like I said, I got this from Amazon from Mega Plants. And then I have this other one that we bought from a locally Black-owned business called Butters and Black Soap. And they're actually located right next to Urban Eden, their shop. So we got the sea moss from them. And I'm not sure if they have a social media, but you guys could look them up. And they do. They have a Instagram, I know that for sure. So yeah, you could prepare that, drink it in your smoothies, put it on your skin. I like putting it on my belly and sitting out in the sun, let it soak in the sun. I just wanted to show you one of the chapsticks that I've been using, because this also goes hand in hand with, like, this my skin is what I'm putting onto my body. This has no food colorings, no artificial flavors, none of that. Like, it's made with a lot of great ingredients that are natural. So just again, it's important to be mindful of what you're putting onto your skin. And then I wanted to touch on prenatal. So as you can see, sea moss covers a lot of the nutrients that a pregnant mama needs, but I also have these prenatals from Ritual, and I love these. These are the best prenatals I have ever come across in my entire 5 experience of pregnancies. It is all vegan and it's full of the main things that you need. Okay, we discussed the folate, vitamin D. It also has magnesium. It has vitamin K. It has B12. What else? What else? Biotin. Okay, my nails is looking nice and sharp. So I really love this, and the best thing about it is it's easy to consume. You only have to take 2 a day. I take them in one shot, and it has this lemon flavor. Oh my goodness! So it'll make you want to gag or throw anything up. They have been awesome, and the company is really great. I honestly had to recently cancel my subscription, but they sent me the bottle anyway. So it's a really good company. If you're looking for a vegan prenatal, Ritual is the go-to. And that is all concerning all of that. And with that, I say thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being a part of this Awakened Pregnancy journey with me. Stay tuned on to our Instagram, vegan_Latina_tribe, where I will be going live this week, like I said, with Taryn from Urban Eden and also my good friend Mariah, Essential Woman. And she is like the yoni guru. She sells yoni steam, she sells yoni pearls, and she knows a lot about herbs and stuff. So I wanted to talk about a lot of the knowledge she has and ask her questions regarding fertility and herbs that are safe and what us mamas can do to take care of our yonis in a safe way while we're pregnant. So stay tuned there. If you want to follow my personal Instagram, it's Eyes of the Heart 7. If you would like to contribute to our family in any kind of way, our Cash App is $R5, and our YouTube channel, Vegan Latino Tribe. So with that, I say good night. Thank you so much. Talk to y'all later.